Oh, don't you love it, eh? The old measure twice, cut once. So I cut this board 615 wide, not thinking I've got the measurements on the back of my hand here, 520 wide. So I've trimmed it down, 520. Now it's just dawned on me, I made it 615. So I had the cutouts here for my boxes. All right, anyway, it's not the end of the world, and I'm not gonna buy a whole nother sheet of ply from work just to do that. So I think we just mount it up. It's virtually the exact width of those two rails underneath, and it's just a matter of getting this screwed down to the rails and then getting the fridge slide screwed down onto this. So actually what I might do, because that, yeah, I'm just thinking on the run here, but because that board pretty much fits flush with the sides of the rails, so in theory if I lift the rails back up, sit them on top here, mark them, then I should be able to drill through the ply and that'll give me my hole. So let's try that, eh? Sort of a bit of a learning curve, I guess. You don't know what you're going to need to do until you've done it, and then you can't do the next stage. I guess that's a good thing doing it on your own though, in your own spare time. You can play around with it to get it right, as opposed to paying someone heaps of money that might know what they're doing, but then it costs you a lot more too. So what I'm thinking is pop those out. Pop those out like so. Move them to one side. Oh, there's Range Rover in the background there. Range Rover with a big exhaust. So I've just ducked up to the hardware too and got some slightly shorter bolts, because when I look up underneath the tray, there's literally about maybe that much required, and then all the rest of that's just waste. And because I didn't know whether I was going to go through the ply and the channel or just down through the bottom, I grabbed some shorter ones, and at least that way I can do what I had done with these. And if I go through the ply, through that, and then through the tray, then these longer ones will be fine. There's just nothing worse than getting halfway through your job and having to leave to go and get bits and pieces. I grabbed another couple of packets of washers as well. I'll just go and drill this and I'll see how we go. Alrighty, so oh dear, now I see why people charge what they charge to do this sort of stuff. So in a nutshell, if I want to sandwich it all together, I have to take the feet off the slide, mount it on the board, put the bolt through the foot of the slide, through the ply, through the channel and through the box and tray. But then if I don't get it perfectly aligned, the slide may not operate 100%. So I'm thinking the only way around it is I'm going to go back to my original plan of bolting the 50x50s down with a shorter bolt. Then I will mount the fridge slide, I think, onto this and through that into these posts. I've got screws at work that are designed to go through timber and also metal. They're a self-tapping metal screw. Ideally they may work, and I'll just put a few extras along it. These posts aren't going to go anywhere, they're as secure as buggery. It's just a matter of securing the feet down, then through the ply and into that. Would have been ideal to sandwich it all together, but I just think I'm going to have trouble aligning it all in one go. So, alright, I'll put these posts back down, and at least we're halfway there. I might be able to do it this way. Turn that upside down. I don't know if those... Yeah, that might work. If those holes, hey, come on, yeah, that lines in that back one. Or I might be able to do it after all. I'll probably change the measurement one also to be narrower. Alright guys, I'm going to pack it up now. It's 7 o'clock. I didn't realise with daylight savings how late it was, but I've managed to get the ply in, as you can see. I have managed to get it down through the ply and through the posts, and those bolts are sticking out the bottom of the tray, which is great. I'll still have to take these back out and try and fit the slide on there perfectly and then put these bolts down through it, otherwise they're going to sit up too proud. Or I can countersink the hole in the ply. Might be easy, yeah, just countersink a hole there so that the head goes sort of halfway in, and then I'll put the slide on, screw down through it, and that'll help sandwich the post to the slide with the ply in the gut. So I'll leave it here for now anyways. Once that's sorted, then I can start on the power box. So alright, cheers guys, I'm going to head in and cook some tea. Catch you later. Okay, day 3. What I'm going to do now is sit the fridge slide in here and just work out exactly where these holes line up on the feet of the slide. Then it's just a matter of drilling holes through the feet and I can mount this down. Still got a bit of room there for the cooker and that. I did a quick fit yesterday just to test it. There it is there anyway. So it fits that way, no problem. And I'm thinking I might put an Aussie strap or something inside here just to stop it banging while we're on the tracks. The guard, which I don't think, on our old one this actually came out. Yeah, that's fixed in by the look of it, but that's alright. I'll stand that up in there like that, and then it still leaves us room on either side. Right, I'll grab the fridge slide and have a look. Yeah, so it's going to fit perfectly on that ply. It's just a matter of working out exactly where. So, if in doubt, get the hammer out. I can't get to that bloody bolt under there's the problem. There's one. Bloody hell. Okay, so I've taken the tray off the slider feet, but just looking at where the holes will align, if I was going to bolt straight down through this, through the ply and through the 50 by 50 as thought, these holes are very close to the edge of this foot, and I don't know how much I'd be able to tighten it up. As you can see on that one, it's right near the edge. So what I think I might have to just do is countersink the head of the bolt down into the timber, flush with the top of the ply, and then I can just screw through this wherever I like. I can punch straight through that and into the metal if need be. So I'll grab a drill and I'll make these holes bigger. Now it's not pretty, but it'll do the job. That one's flush. Alright, so I've countersunk the holes with a spade bit. I've put a washer down in there to try and spread the load out a bit so it doesn't split the ply when I tighten the nuts from underneath. Now it's just a matter of getting the holes aligned down through that, the posts, floor of the box and the tray, which is taking a little bit, but we'll get there. So I'll keep going with these until I get all 6 of them through, and then I can tighten it up. Well, I won't bore you with this footage. I'll keep working away and get these through anyway, and then we'll show you what's next. Alright, so I got up under the tray and held a long socket on the nuts at the bottom, and my beautiful daughter Chloe, who is ever so eager to help me, came out and used the rattle gun. Big shout out to Dane too, thanks buddy, fantastic Christmas present. But yeah, Chloe hit all these on top. I just got to do these 2 front ones now, and that's all nice and really tight in there, secure. And then all we've got to do is screw the slide on. Alright, that'll do it for now because it's getting close to 8 o'clock and I don't want to upset everyone in the street, so we're done for a day. But that is secure as buggery. That's not going anywhere, so that'll give me a good platform to screw the slide down onto. I've marked it on here so that I can line it all properly, but yeah, we'll get that in and away we go. Okay guys, so what is it, day 3, day 4? I can't remember where I'm up to, but just an update. So I have got the fridge slide in now. It's all working, super stoked. What I ended up doing, and I'll take this out to show you, it was going to be way too hard to put the one bolt down through the feet, the ply, the 50 by 50 posts and the tray and try and get all the holes to align. A fella at work that used to do fit outs professionally said that I could have actually clamped all three together, obviously with a clamp, pre-drilled it all, but I didn't think to do it that way, so I've done it as best I can. They're bolted down. I've countersunk the heads, as you can see there, so that the feet sit over the top on both sides. Anyone that knows me knows I'm not a professional, I'm not a qualified tradesperson, but I'll give it a crack, and it's worked for me. The only thing I forgot to do before I bolted it all in was leave a cutout here for the latch. So when you shut the door down, obviously that latch, the little handle, as you can see there, the handle would drop down in there, and I forgot to leave a cutout, and there's no way in hell I was going to unbolt this and spend the time that it took to get all these bolts back down through. As it was, I had Chloe in here with the rattle gun, and yeah, it was a bit of effort. So I've just drilled it a couple of times to make way so I could at least lock it straight away, because we did a day trip on Australia Day and I needed to be able to lock it safely. So I drilled that. I've got a jigsaw in the garage which I'm just going to tidy that up. I'll just put a little slot in and down and like so, and that'll be done. But yeah, I'll try and do this. So push both buttons down and out she comes. And it locks halfway out, then you have got a little bit more you can pull. And then you can see there, I got some screws from work. They're a new product from Bremick, a supplier we deal with, and they're a multi-screw, so they literally will screw through just about every material you can think of: timber, steel, wood, concrete, plasterboard, gyprock, fibre cement sheeting, literally everything, plastic, the whole lot. So all I did was pre-drilled this foot. They are a self-tapper, but I pre-drilled it just to be safe, and then I punched them down in through the ply. They're long enough to go through the ply and bite 5 mil or something into the box section, and I've just put a few extras in to be safe, a couple extras at the back. I'll keep an eye on it, and if it looks like there's too much weight cantilevering out, I can always put a few more in. It's not going to matter. I've got a whole box of them there. I'll just run a few more. These holes that you can see there, they weren't where I misaligned it. They were holes that the previous owner had put in his setup. So obviously I've just drilled all new holes, and yeah, it's as secure as buggery. You literally can shake it and the whole tray and box moves around, so it's not going to go anywhere, I don't think, in any great hurry. But yeah, I just didn't bother filming that bit of it because that was pretty basic and boring. So I'm going to get my fridge anyway and throw the fridge in and get some sizing. And in she goes. Slam shut, locks in, ain't moving, as you can see, not going anywhere. I've left room here purposely, so I've got, that's just a little bag of like sidewall that I bought a while back, so that can sit down in there. I've left enough gap down the side. That's a LED strip light, which I've done a separate review on, so make sure you check out the product review playlist. That's in there, tucks down in there. And then in that bag I've got pegs, some guy ropes, and the plug for the LED strip light, which is underneath the awning. So that's there. On this side I've left enough room that the gas cooker still goes down in there. Now you'll remember I mentioned that I was going to run ply right across to the edge and put some cutouts in here. That ended up changing. Because yeah, the slide ended up being wider than what I had originally planned for, and secondly, me being me, and probably more so reasoned, the old saying, measure twice, cut once. Yeah, I measure once and cut 5 times, so I'd cut the section of ply to go all the way to the edge here. However, not thinking, when I grabbed the tape and measured it a second time after I'd trimmed it to fit fully up to this wall, I thought to myself, why have I made it 615 wide? It's only got to be 520. So not thinking anything of it, I went and cut that section of ply off. No! After I cut it off, I remembered that I was going to leave cut out. So yeah, I didn't have another piece of ply at home here. I've got more at work, but it wasn't going to work anyway. Ideally, I wanted to keep this gas cooker in the original plastic box, but it came out sort of 130 mil. As you can see, it came out way further than what this slide would allow for, so I'm not too stressed. I'm thinking I may put just a little hook on the back here. I don't want to go drilling heaps of holes through the box for watertight reasons, but I'm thinking I might, with some soodle, just put a little eyelet hook on there, just so I can put a small elastic hockey strap around here and another hook there, just to hold it. So obviously when you're out wheeling on the tracks, you don't want to hear this the whole time, and it could potentially do that. I hate rattles in cars, so I'll probably just put a little strap around there, and I'll make up something down in the bottom here for the cans there for our little jet oil, and then in that bag there I've just got one of those little, it's a little shovel, little fold out shovel. So I haven't really set all that up yet, you know, that'll change. I've got the fry pan in the corner there, just in a Woolies paper bag to keep it a bit clean and dust free. And then, as I mentioned before, I've got my power box to go in here, and I ideally want to put a little bit of a shelf up inside here. And then I've got the solar panel to go up on the roof, which I've got to solder a new plug on. The Anderson's come off that. Big shout out to Shad Donahue for that. So anyone that doesn't watch his channel, what have you been doing? Check him out, Shad Donahue, on YouTube and Instagram. He gave me an awesome panel to go up on the roof, so thanks heaps, Shad. But yeah, I'm going to get into that. I'm going to go and solder that plug on now. It's really hot out here, so I'll solder the plug on, and I'm also going to throw the fridge on here and just get some sizing for the power box. So I'll get back to you shortly.